Welcome. In your whip, in the car, at the office. Party time. We hold you down. Holding it down. Mix 24/7 EDM.
Hi, this is Paulina from Mix 24/7 EDM here with Markus Schulz at Sirius XM Music Lounge at the One Hotel for Miami Music Week 2017. How are you feeling today?
Good. I mean, it was a little bit of a late night. We had our label party last night at Space, but I'm up. You know, it's Miami. It's like we sleep after, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you mentioned your Cold Harbor show at Space last night. How did that go?
That was fantastic. You know, I actually started at Space. That was I started as a resident DJ there many years ago. And it's kind of cool to kind of bring the label party there and bring some of the new talent that I'm curating to the place where it all started for me. You know, it's kind of a special place for us.
Yeah, and you're based in Miami. So this is your hometown.
Yeah, this is home.
Have you been doing a lot of traveling? Like, how does it feel to be back
actually,
in Miami?
I got home on Monday from 1 month around the world tour, and so it's so nice to just kind of sleep in my own bed for a while. And you know, during Miami Music Week, you know, everybody else comes here to Miami, but you know, for me to be able to go do the parties and then go to sleep in my own bed, wake up in my own bed, it's there's no better feeling. You know how it is. I mean, your own pillow, right? It's like
And many DJs don't get to do that.
No. That's why I love Miami Music Week, for that reason, sleeping in my own bed.
And how does Miami Music Week, like, how does that make you feel compared to like the other music events? Is it more special to you?
Well, it's the beginning of the year, and it's where everybody kind of unveils what they're doing for the rest of the year. So you hear all the new music. People bring out their new albums. You know, it's kind of like the beginning of the season. Because from here we hyperspace right to summer Ibiza and festival season. I mean, it's just like, it just goes. And so yeah, this is kind of the beginning of everything. You know, most DJs take January and February off. You know, they could take a lot of vacations because that's more the quiet time of the year.
Kind of
so yeah, March is when everything just kind of ramps up again.
And then you have a show coming up, another one, on the 26th.
Yeah, Sunday night at Heart Nightclub. It's the closing party, open to close.
Okay.
And you know, it's great because it's, you know, it's after Sunday, everybody's gonna have heard everything. Everybody's gonna jump and have put their hands in the air and everything else. But you know, the closing party is something special because it's like giving people the last impression before they go home. And you know, I love doing that. You know, it's an opportunity. You can just like roll out a bunch of alcohol, get drunk, and say, "Oh, that was a great closing party." Or you can do something really special, and that's kind of the way I look at it. It's giving people one final amazing moment before they go home.
Yeah, having just that big lasting impression.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we heard about the return of Dakota and like the release of Moto Moto, and that's kind of your darker vibe. Are you gonna kind of show that this?
Yeah. You know, so after I finished my last album, Watch the World, I kind of, you know, there's a lot of shit going on in the world right now, and I just needed to. It was really bothering me, and I needed an outlet to kind of like get this out of, you know, get this out. People ask me what's the difference between the Markus Schulz stuff and the Dakota stuff. And the Markus Schulz stuff is more of like, I'm writing about what I see. I'm writing about, you know, the fans. The Dakota stuff is like more introverted. It's it's a piece of my soul. So with everything that's going on in the world, I wanted to do something a little, you know, kind of an outlet for that, for my feelings. And you know, many people do an album and then they do a live show, you know, tour the album. Yeah. But I wanted to do a live show about this concept that I had, the 9 skies, the 9 steps to enlightenment. And so I wanted to do a show first, and then later on, maybe November-ish, something like that, I'll do an album based on the live show.
Mm-hmm. And you said it's more like your introverted stuff. Would you consider yourself an introvert?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You know, it differs. You know, when I'm happy, I'm very outgoing. I'm very, you know, things. You know, I'm a little. You know, I'm partying and having a great time and laughing. But when I'm depressed, it's like, you know, it's like I don't talk much, and I mean I don't talk much at all. A lot of my fans know that I've been off. You know, I haven't been on social media a lot because, I mean, to be honest with you, though, everything that's going on in the world is really kind of heavy for me. You know, it all started for me like when the Pulse nightclub stuff happened.
Oh yeah, I'm from Orlando actually, so
yeah, it hit me so hard. I didn't go on social media for like a month after that. It was so hard, and then more stuff happens, and it's like, on one hand, I can't let it get to me, but how can you smile and be, you know, with all this going on, and with this kind of, you know, I'm sensitive, you know, with all this going on and how it's affecting me. I'm not gonna fake it. So I wanted to kind of put those feelings into music, and so that's how the Nine Skies project came about.
All right. And then you also mentioned or the deluxe version of Watch the World, because you mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
So what should we expect? Like, what fans should
Well,
expect
the
more
deluxe
on the
edition, it's you know, I when I'm DJing, there's a lot of people who their music kind of inspires me, or I'm playing their tracks in my sets. So with the Watch the World Deluxe, you know, wanted to go out and get these people involved with the album by doing remixes, and I made about 40 songs for Watch the World.
Oh, okay.
And so there were a few tracks that I wanted to release, but we didn't have room for. So there's some extra bonus tracks on the deluxe edition as well.
Okay. Yeah, nice. And final question, are there anything else to expect? Like tours, collaborations?
Yeah, I mean, the Nine Skies thing is what's the most important to me right now. I just want to kind of, you know, us as humans, we're on our, you know, we're having growing pains right now, you know, with all this stuff going on in the world. So I hope that Nine Skies kind of helps put some things in perspective.
Mm-hmm. And actually, I was wondering this too, because I was reading up about you, and you consider yourself like more trance. So do you feel like there's enough trance like at Miami Music Week? Because I usually hear a lot of like house.
Yeah, no, there's not enough trance.
How do you feel about like being one of the?
Yeah, there's not enough trance. I wish there was more, but at the end of the day, the trance fans are loyal, and when we do have big trance events, you know, the trance fans come out and represent.
Yeah.
And we just keep doing what we're doing, and eventually, you know, we'll have our moment as well.
All right. Thank you. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.